Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena and this is going to be another vlog where I read a self-destruct book. So I am finally going to read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. The time has come, guys, the time has come. This is another book that's on my self-destruct book list, which I did back in February, and this is the second one that I'm eventually picking up. I recently read White Teeth and I have a vlog. I will link, you can go and watch it if you want to. So yes, finally getting around to this one. The hold at my library for the audiobook has come up, so that'll be really useful because this is pretty chunky, guys. It's pretty chunky. It's 538 pages, and I mean it's like normal sized writing, but it's over 500 pages, so it's a chunky book. So the audiobook will definitely help. This one I've had on my TBR shelves for many years, but my plan is to read this during this vlog and then actually finally get around to watching the film. The English one I know is on I Have Now TV, and I know it's on there on the movies. I don't know yet. I'm trying to find to see if I can get the original Swedish one because I know they did all three of the trilogy. I've got the other two back there. So yes, I'll see. But either way, I'm going to read it and watch one of the films and just compare the two at the end. But yes, this one, I know that it involves the girl with the dragon tattoo is actually, she's like a security specialist, and she is delinquent and dangerous. And she insists in this investigation that's going on in this book. She's a genius computer hacker and she tolerates no restrictions placed upon her by individuals, society or law. And we also have a journalist who is Mikael Blomfisk, and we also have Henrik Wagner. He's titled as the industrialist on this, so it's him who calls the journalist and the girl with the dragon tattoo Lisbeth, because he's tormented by this kidnapping that happened to his child, a loss of his child decades earlier, and he's convinced that a member of his family committed it. So it's between Lisbeth and the journalist Mikael who delve into the Wagner's past and uncover the truth behind the unsolved mystery. But someone wants the past to remain a secret and go to any lengths to keep it that way. So it sounds really good. It's a thriller. I have read like Scandinavian thrillers before, and guys, they're so good. They're dark. I really love them, so I feel like this, I need to read this because this feels like it is like the original one. That it's not like the original one, if you know what I mean. Like it just feels like it's one of the original ones, at least in English, that people read. So I'm looking forward to it, and let's see how it goes. So yes, I'll be picking that up today. Like I said, I've got the audiobook. I need to finish editing my Girl Marathon vlog today because it is Tuesday the 15th of November, which I don't think I told you that. And I want that to go up tomorrow, so I need to finish editing that today, and then just spend time reading. I'm thinking of filming a read with me this evening because I've not filmed one. I filmed only one, and it was about a year and a half ago, maybe longer than a year and a half ago. And I just feel like, you know, the nights are darker, light some candles, just get cozy. I'm going to be reading anyway, so why not just do a read with me? That's what I'm thinking. So yes, we'll see how it goes. That's kind of today's plans. Obviously working as well, which I will be starting shortly, but I want to get a little bit of reading done before I actually have to start work, and I will probably edit at lunchtime and pick this up in the evening. But that's it for the moment, and I will speak to you a little bit later on when I have some update. hello, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. I'm about to go into work. Why? That's why I'm dressed like this for the office. But yes, quick, little update. I am now 100 pages into The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I'm enjoying it, the build up of the mystery. We're at the point where we've been introduced to Lisbeth Salander. So we were getting bits and pieces about her. We've had a little bit about Mikael Blomkvist and how he's being hired. He's been called and he's been told about this mystery about this girl disappearing all those years ago. So we're at that point where he's just getting the information. He's obviously going to take the case and look for her. But yes, I'm enjoying the build up. It is a bit slow, which I don't think I mentioned this yesterday, but I did attempt to read this about 5 years ago without the audiobook, and it was also when I started to go into this major slump, so this definitely wasn't the book to pick up then. I feel like, yeah, it's a bit of a slow start, but I am intrigued to see what happens. It is like a chunker one, like I said, so yeah, there's that. Like I said, I'm on my way, going to be going into the office just now. After work, I'm going to be going to the shops because there's a couple things I want to get, like Christmassy things. So I know Primark has like their Christmas jumpers. I do have one. It's like a Mickey Mouse one, but I want like another one and just a few Christmas bits and bobs. Also, I want to look for Christmas party outfits. So I have two this year. Once the apartment one and then once it's the office one. So there's going to be a crossover of people. So I'm going to need two outfits. I might be able to use one already from my wardrobe, but I want to get something else. I'm going to see if I can find anything, or it's going to have to be online shopping. So I'm going to give that a go. I'll probably listen to the audiobook of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo maybe while I'm going around the shops. And yes, this on my way to work now, I think I'm going to listen to Gilmore to Say, which is a Gilmore Girl podcast hosted by two TikTokers who post content about the Gilmore Girls. I discovered it a few weeks ago and I just love it. It's not like episode by episode, so if you've never watched the show, that is definitely not the one to listen to, because like constant spoilers for the entire series. But yes, I'm enjoying it, and that's it for the moment. So I will speak to you a little bit later on or tomorrow, depending what updates I have. And yes, have a lovely day, people. Thursday lunchtime, and I was hopping on to give you a few little updates. So after work yesterday, I did pop into the shops. When I left work, it was raining, and I was like, you know what? The shops are closer a walk than me walking home, although it was a further walk from the shops. I'm like, oh, maybe it'll stop raining by the time I come out. Spoiler alert, it got worse and I got soaked. So that was fun. Only ended up going into Primark, which I'm going to show you what I got. I did pop into TK Maxx as well, but the dresses, just there wasn't anything I liked, and I just could not be bothered with the rain and the fact that I had like my work laptop and stuff, and I was like, no, can't be bothered with this. So I went home and got soaked, and it wouldn't matter if I stayed an extra hour or whatever, I still would have got soaked. It was one of those evenings where it just raining. But obviously I went into Primark for some Christmassy things. So first of all, got some new Christmas hair clips. And look at them, they're like little like bowls for your presents. I think they're like super cute. Let me take off this tape. I love them. Love them. So like, look, a cute little clip that I can just, pop in and look like a Christmas present, guys. I think they're really fun. And then I also got a Christmas jumper. A new one, because like I said, I've had the other one, I've had it for a few years, and I'm still going to use it, but I wanted like an additional one because like, it's a whole month, you need more than one jumper, guys. So I got this one with Rudolph, and I thought that was really, really fun and cute. And yes, so that's what I got from there. And I had ordered stuff from Boots because they have like, offers on right now, Black Friday and stuff. So, and it just arrived, so I'm just going to show you what I got. So I needed some new hair products because mine are starting to run out. I got my favourite hair product, which is the Curl Enhancing Smoothie by Shea Moisture. Absolutely love this stuff. Put in after like doing my conditioning and stuff, and I've not used this in ages, but this stuff is, it's it, guys. This is it. This is the product for my hair, and I love it. Love it. And then I am running out of deep conditioner, so I also got the Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. I've used this one before. I really love the smell of this one. It's so good. Yeah. That smell, that honey smell. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't remember ordering that. Okay, there's some random hand wash in here which I didn't order. That's weird, but I have hand wash, okay? Definitely didn't order that. And then I just got a few bits and pieces because my feet are just like really dry and stuff, so I just got a few bits and pieces, and that's that. And why is there hand wash there? I need to check. Guys, I need to check my order because I did not order a hand wash. So what is going on, bits? What's going on? Okay, so nothing is missing, but I don't know why they gave me hand wash. But like I said, I'll use it. I was gonna buy some actually, so you know that I was gonna go to Savers and buy some, so that saves me a trip. Random. Anyway, in terms of reading updates, okay, I am now on page 176. Yes, I am really enjoying this. I'm really into it now. We're really getting that build up of the mystery of the family history of the Wagners and get all the details about them. So we're starting to get all these cast of characters of like different people it could potentially be. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it. At the moment, it's giving me more mystery vibes rather than thriller, and I know it does say crime thriller, but it does feel more mystery at this moment. However, there is still a lot of this to get through. So, but yes, I'm absolutely loving it. And we're getting to know a little bit more of Lisbeth Salander, a little bit of her backstory, her situation before she got into this job, and obviously how things are now. So we're getting to like know her a little bit better. Mikael Blomfirst, he is now actually working on this case, and because he accepted the offer from Henry Wagner for the investigation, and it's going to be like a whole year that he's going to be looking into this. So it's, yeah. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it, liking all the details. Yes, it's a shame that that first time I attempted to read this, I just couldn't get into it. But yes, I ended up in I was in the start of this massive reading slump. So, you know, that's why I didn't work that time, but cannot wait. So yes, I'm gonna have lunch and then get back to work. And I will update you when I have some updates. But yes, why did they send me hand wash? Did somebody just like, whatever, and threw it in? Oh well. Anyway, speak later. Hi guys, it is a Friday evening. I've just finished work. It is the weekend. Ooh, I'm excited. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to London tomorrow for the Christmas markets. We're going to go to Winter Wonderland, which I've never been. Super excited. You will maybe get small footage of London, but not so much the markets because I am doing Vlogmas. I'm doing Vlogmas again this year. Now last year I just did like a video every single day and then I had like weekly vlogs once a week, so you have like my weekly reading vlog. But what I'm going to do this year is I'm still going to be vlogging every single day, but I'll post 2 days at a time. So day 1 and 2 will go up on the 3rd, day 3 and 4 will go up on the 5th, etc. And those days in between I still want to post videos. So on the like the 1st I want to do like, you know, Christmas markets in London and like tree decoration. So you're not gonna get that footage. We're gonna put the tree up this weekend, hopefully on Sunday. Unfortunately that won't be included in here because that is gonna be another vlog. So if you're not subscribed and you don't want to miss out on Christmas content, Christmas bookish content, then hit that subscribe button because it is coming. I'm so excited. But reading update, guys. Okay, so I'm now on page 316. We're in the 3rd part now. So obviously, you know, on the back you have these 3 key characters in this. And obviously Lisbeth Salander is like the girl with dragon tattoo. She is the protagonist. Now I don't know if Mikael Blomfirst is going to be involved in the rest of the series or not, but she is quite clearly the person, right? So I was reading and enjoying the backstory, but I kept wondering what is the connection between her and Mikael Blomfirst, who is looking into the Wagner case. And then there's a little bit and I'm like, oh, are we starting to get there? And then now we fully now we've fully gotten to the point of, okay, there is that link, we have that connection, what's going on. which is good. So now I finally have that link and connection, so it's all coming together. I have to say though, it wasn't until almost halfway through that you just started to get that little bit of a connection between them, like, oh, okay, I can see maybe where this is going to go and how they're going to link the two of them. So to me, it took a while, but I understand because this is the first in the original trilogy. So if you don't know, the author wrote the first three, and then he passed away, I believe, and now there's like another person, and I can't remember their name, who's actually continuing on the series and those other books. Now I don't know if they're as good as the original trilogy, and I don't know if his plan was just a trilogy. I think it's just a trilogy, so I feel like a good chunk of this is a set-up of Elizabeth's story, who she is, and also Mikael Blomkvist, so I've got a feeling that he might be involved in the other ones, but it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But yes, I'm enjoying it. We are starting to get more information about that case of the missing girl, Harriet. And yes, I'm enjoying it. You are getting more thriller aspects now, because I know I previously said it's more like mystery vibes, and you still have those mystery vibes obviously because it is a mystery they're trying to solve, but you definitely are getting more of those thriller vibes. Yes, so a little bit darker. I have to say I was expecting this to be a lot darker than it is, and I think it's because I have read some other Scandinavian thrillers and they have been pretty dark. But yes, I'm enjoying it, and I don't have that much to go really in terms of how big the book is. Can't wait to get through this and then watch the film and tell you guys how I feel about the film. I think it's going to be the Daniel Craig 2009 version, not the original Swedish one, because I haven't found yet where I can actually watch it. So I think it might be the Daniel Craig one because I've Now TV and it's on Sky, I believe. So yes, that's it for the moment. I'm gonna go and do some food shopping because yes, we need food. And yes, hopefully I'll read a little bit more this evening. Me and my husband might play. We got our game the other week at Cluedo, which is up there. It's Dracula's version, so we might play that tonight. We have an episode of Gangs of London to catch up yesterday's one, and he's gonna make me frittata for dinner, which is really nice. Potato frittata, or frittata the patate. Really, patate. Why am I saying that? Why does it sound weird? Frittata the patate, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me for the moment, and I will speak to you lovely people at some point, maybe tomorrow, maybe not, because I'm going to come back late. It's a really long day in London. Let's see. But yes, enjoying this. Yes, I am so glad I finally got around to this, and cannot wait to continue the series. So this is why you should do self-destruct books challenges, because it gets you to actually pick up these books and then you realise how stupid you were and not reading them sooner. But yes, that is it for the moment, and I will catch up with you later on. Good morning. It is Monday morning and I haven't spoken to you since like Friday evening. So yes, went to London on Saturday, really enjoyed it, and you should have seen some autumnal Hyde Park footage because I got some that wouldn't be in my my Christmas Vlogmas Day 1 vlog. So yes, that's done. And I haven't read that much over the weekend basically. Didn't read much, have been reading but not a lot. I'm about to start part 4, which looks like it's the last section of the girl with the dragon tattoo. And yes, so like I said before, there is now, you know, Salander and Mikael Blomkvist have now, you know, the connections happened, so I can see how both of them apply to the story now. And yes, it seems that we know who was the person now involved in who was involved in the case of Harriet. We now know. And it's at the point now we're going to see, okay, what's the why? Was it definitely them? Which I do think it was them. So yes, it's going to be like all panning out now, and it's going to be really interesting. So I have about 135 pages to go, so I could get that done today if I really put my mind to it, but I do need to finish editing my Read With Me video for Wednesday, so we'll see if I have time. But yes, that's it for the moment. It is raining, wonderful, glad I'm not going to the office today, and it's still dark. I really don't like this time of year when you wake up and it's dark, because I mean it's like going towards 7:30 and it is starting to get light, but yeah, it's just I want lightness when I wake up. But yes, I will speak to you later. Hello, it is Sunday the 27th of November and I finished The Girl with the Dragon tattoo on Tuesday, which was like the 22nd, and I'm finally sitting down to just give me my final thoughts, and I'm going to be watching the film shortly, so I can just tell you what I think of the film adaptation. So this, in the end, I've given it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I loved the conclusion. I loved getting to know all the characters, especially Mikhail and Elizabeth, because they are quite clearly going to be the main characters we're going to follow in the second and third of the original trilogy. At least, yeah, I hope so. I hope that's the case. At least it'll be Elizabeth. But yes, I did really enjoy it. There is a lot of setup in this, because obviously it was going to be a trilogy for us to get to know those characters, their backstories. So there was a lot of setup, but I did enjoy it. But I do think it took a little while to kind of get into the mystery because of that. But really did enjoy it. Didn't see it ending the way it did, but yes, I really enjoyed it. Was really surprised actually by the twist and how it worked out, but yes, loved it. I'm looking forward to picking up the second and third one at some point. I promise that it's not going to take me as long to pick those up that it took me to pick this up off my shelves. I'm going to try at least pick up the second one next year if I can, but yes, really enjoyed it. I recommend it. Just annoyed that I hadn't read this sooner, but yes, I'm going to watch the film now, the one that has Daniel Craig, the English version, because I haven't been able to find the Swedish one, and yes, I'll give you my final thoughts in terms of the adaptation, if it is really good or not. I've just finished watching the film of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which was the 2011 English version, and I thought it's not a bad adaptation. It's not a bad adaptation, but yeah, there's just, as always with adaptations, there's bits that it's missing, but I do think it wasn't actually a bad adaptation. I think they got the majority of things in there, but there's like bits and pieces, elements that were missing that I felt really added to the story in the book, and I understand why they couldn't include everything, because otherwise that film would have been like super long, and it must be so difficult when whoever the person is adapting it, trying to like capture everything that they can without losing, you know, those key elements of the book. But yes, they changed about the ending a little bit. It was still the same kind of conclusion, a twist, reveal, but in a different way with a few different elements, which I understand logistically for the film why they did that, but I did prefer it the way that it was done in the book. But also a lot more happened after that reveal in the book than it did in the film, so there was other bits and pieces missing, which I felt really, it added to the story, which I assume that they'll come into play in the second one, obviously, because we're going to be following, like, you know, our two main characters, obviously looking into some other sort of mystery. So I feel like those elements must play into at least the original the original trilogy. So yes, it was a good adaptation. Yeah, I just felt like key bits and pieces were missing, and yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It was fine. It wasn't bad. But yeah, those key elements definitely missing. And I just feel like we didn't get to know Bloomfirst and Salander as much as we did in the books. Like, I felt there were still bits and pieces missing in their backstories, and in the case of Bloomverse, of what was actually going on at the time, whilst, you know, he was away trying to solve this mystery. But yeah, not a bad adaptation. I didn't know this, but I just found out that they tried to like restart the girl with the dragon tattoo, the Millennium kind of series, but they did it in 2018 with a completely different cast, and they started with the girl in the spider's web. They've not done any more, so I'm assuming that wasn't a success, but that is the first one that is outside of the original trilogy, and it wasn't actually written by Stieg Larsson. So interesting choice to kind of kickstart the series, but it's a completely different cast. And I just thought that Claire Foy was Salander, Elizabeth Salander, and I just can't see how that would work. Like, I don't know if it's because she's been in the crime, you know, it's just, I just don't see how she can play that character. She obviously got the role and was in the film, but like, my brain is just like, how's she going to pull that off? I will probably want to try and watch that, but I'll need to finish the trilogy and attempt to read The Girl in the Spider's Web. But I think in general, the original trilogy people really enjoy, and I think the ones that have continued on, they're not as good as the originals. But yes, that's it. I've been talking for ages. But yes, I am glad that I finally actually got around to picking this up, and I'm looking forward to finish the original trilogy. But yes, 2 books down of the 10 that I was supposed to self-destruct in February, so wish me luck with the rest. Hit that like button, it really helps. Subscribe if you want to see more kind of bookish content. And yeah, leave a comment, let me know if you've read this, what you thought of the film. And yeah, I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.